Yo, what's up everyone? In this video we're going to be talking about the Sony ZV-1 in 2023. Why it's such a good ass camera, and yeah, why you guys should probably get it if you're looking to get a point and shoot or just a vlogging camera, you know? And it has a lot of good quality, so stick around, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment something. But let's get started with the video. So I just finished filming the video. I forgot to mention this. All these pros and cons is for vlogging purposes. I might make a video of literally why it's good and bad, pros and cons for just the camera itself, but this is more of a vlogging situation, so this should be in the front at the beginning of the video. Yeah, let's get started with the actual video. Let's go. I dropped the mic a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. I'm gonna give you guys like 10 pros and cons about the Sony ZV-1 camera. Let me start off with the actual camera. The camera is insane. Let it focus if it doesn't stop focusing on myself. Alright, the camera is insane. Just look at this thing. Look at the build of this thing. It's nice, small, thin. The battery is tiny. That kind of sucks, but we'll talk about that later. Flip screen, cool, right? Flip screen, mic is on top right here. Little hot shoot for better audio. There's a mic jack on the side right here. There's a micro USB, so that sucks, it's old. There's a mini HDMI input. But yeah, that's the camera itself, and it has a fixed lens. So let's talk about the pros, right? It has both video and photo specs, right? So we can shoot manual in both, so that's a good thing. It shoots at 4K and 1080. In 1080p, it shoots 24, 30, 60, and even up to 120 with full audio. In 4K, it only shoots 24 and 30 frames per second, which sucks. That doesn't give you 60, but it's still crazy good. You can use 1080 and it's still gonna look good. You guys have good sunlight, good light in general. But yeah, pretty good in my opinion. You're getting all that power in this little body. It's a little bit thicker than your wallet. Another good thing, it's the flip out screen. Like I said, you could be out vlogging yourself. What's up everyone? Or you can just flip like this, boom boom, take pictures, boom boom boom, take pictures. Most Sony cameras are the flip up screens, so it'll just be facing you, just like the Canon M6, if you guys know anything about that. I've tested the autofocus for video and photo, and I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty good in my opinion, especially for what this is. It's pretty good. Really don't have complaints. Pictures and videos come out pretty nice for the little stuff that I've been doing. Right now I'm recording with a Canon R6 Mark II. And the reason why I got this is because I just wanted something small to carry, so I don't have to carry that big camera. This camera has a 1-inch sensor, and being Sony, you know Sony makes one of the best low light performing sensors in the game. It's way better than Canon. Well, I'm not gonna say way better, but it is better than the Canon one. I'm not gonna lie, maybe the APS-C sensors might be as good as the full frame on the Canon, or maybe a little bit worse, but you gotta think about that. The APS-C is like 2.5 times smaller. Sony makes really good ones. So you already know, 1-inch sensor, it's going to give you pretty good performance, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how professional you guys are. I'm not a pro, but this has a built-in ND filter, right? It's not a variable one, but it's built in. So basically what that is just sunglasses for your lenses. I'm shooting a manual right now, so if I didn't have one on, everything would be blown out. It would be all like very light. And yeah, with a variable ND, I could drop this to a 1.8 and it's gonna give me this crazy blurry background. And if I didn't, it was just gonna have, everything was gonna be in focus basically, or more in focus. So like this, I could just be like this, or I could go like this, where it just focuses on the camera and look, I'm blurred out. But yeah, that's what it can do with a variable ND filter. So that's pretty sick for photo and for video. So that's a big plus. Most cameras don't have that unless you get like a cinema camera from Sony or Canon. So you gotta think about that. So speaking about bokeh, this blurry background, bokeh, whatever you want to call it, there's a button right here which basically makes everything out of focus. It's more like a product showcase. So like if I go with this camera right now, it's not gonna do it straight away. I have to cover my face because it's focused on my face right now. I'm pretty sure you can switch this on the settings, but most of the time I just leave. I don't be switching the settings because I'm not pro like I said. But yeah, with this, you literally just click the button and boom, you go like that and it just shows it. Right? There you go. So it's going to give you more of a professional look. Even if you're like out vlogging, you can still do that and it's still going to look like this. But most of the time people use it just for product showcase like this, showing products, reviewing products. But yeah, that's what I use for. Pretty good. One of the craziest things is you would expect the quality to be bad, the mic to be pretty horrible, right? Small camera. Like if these big cameras have horrible audio, built-in audio, this is gonna have one. This is crazy. This has good audio, especially if you have this dead cat on, the little windscreen on top. Dude, doesn't matter if there's wind, you're gonna have good crazy audio. It's gonna sound amazing. I promise you, I've tested it out already. Like right now I have one on, look at that, and I sound pretty decent, right? There's been a bit of wind, but hopefully it sounds a little bit decent. I promise you, it sounds really nice. So like honestly, if you didn't want to put a mic on, you don't have to, because this sounds good enough. So yeah, I forgot about something. There's a product showcase mode and the bokeh one. The bokeh one's going to give you more professional look, as you can see here. And then the product showcase is just going to zoom in fast, and then it's going to go back to you. Those are two different ones, so my bad about that. One of the last things, like I said, autofocus is crazy, really good, and it can track your face pretty nicely. I'm not going to put any crazy stuff like that, I don't think so, in these videos. Maybe I should. It'll help you guys more, teach you guys more. Like if you were able to see right now what I'm seeing on my screen with the camera, basically just focus on my eyes and it's focused on the face basically. So this is what it's tracking, so I stay in focus. This camera has that, and it's amazing. The last thing is literally one of the first things that I said. Look how small and compact this thing is. It's tiny. Literally just look at this thing. Super tiny. And for what you get, it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Now let's move on to the bad things about this camera. It's not too bad, but it's kind of bad. One of the main things that people don't like about this camera is the focal length. Focal length is basically how close, how far you are to, yeah, basically how far and how close your camera can zoom in. It's a 24-70, which basically is good for everything if you're shooting like pictures, videos. But if you're recording yourself and you're like this, people are gonna think it's too close, because it's like something, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably something like this. And people usually like a wide one, so like this, or a bit more. But honestly, I think it's good. It's because, dude, a lot of people are very shy and they record like this close. Dude, just stick your arm out like this. Like, what are people gonna say? So that's something people complain about, but honestly, it's not too bad, and it's pretty good in my opinion, because it gives you more bokeh since you're more zoomed in. The more zoomed in you are, the more bokeh you get, so compression, you know. Another thing that sucks is for manual focus, there's not a lot of buttons, so you have to keep tapping, and you might miss a shot, especially if you're out on the bow just trying to get some quick stuff. So that kind of sucks. Something I mentioned is the battery life kind of sucks. So look how small this thing is. Tiny battery. This is a third-party battery. So, I mean, you get these pretty cheap, like $20, $30 for 4 of them, 3 of them, and yeah, they're pretty good. This really isn't a crazy big deal, but it doesn't have a headphone jack, so basically you can't monitor your audio, so I can't just plug in my headset, I'm gaming, my headphones, any earpieces basically, and I can't monitor it from here. Like the wireless mics that I'm using do have a headphone jack, so I just plug it in there. But something that I did notice is not too reliable. I mean, it's good, but if your camera has one, just use the one in your camera, because you're gonna hear everything what the camera hears and not what the mics hear, because they're two different things. And that's something I had to learn the hard way, where the audio was messed up, or it wasn't plugged in correctly, or the cord just broke. So that kind of sucks. But like I said, if you're just gonna be vlogging yourself, it's not that big of a deal, because it has pretty good built-in mics. I don't really complain about this because I don't really use them like that. I'm not really sure 100% how to use them, but it should be quick stuff like in the menu. But there's 2 custom buttons, one on top right here and then one right here in the back. It didn't focus, but they're right there. One under the wheel and then one on top right next to record and the shooting button, something like that. One of the last things I guess people hate is it doesn't have stabilization for 4K. In 1080 you can activate it, but if you have product showcase mode on, it's not going to work, so you have to take that off. But the only time you're going to need that is when you're moving, so most of the time you're not going to be like, oh, look at this and I'm moving and all that, you know. So honestly, it's not that big of a deal. It's not crazy. Just hold it steady. It's not that hard. Like, I've done it and I've been walking and footage has been looking okay. So that's like the last thing. Honestly, they're not too bad. All the cons aren't too bad. I guess one of the, I don't know if I mentioned this, But I did say something that it's a fixed lens, but I guess that's something that kind of sucks for some people because you can't switch lenses. It's just a fixed lens, 24-70. It's pretty good in most situations. But yeah, I think that's it. Would I recommend this camera? Honestly, I would. I think it's a beautiful little camera to have. You carry it around. It doesn't really take up a lot of space. Batteries are small. They're cheap. Good audio. 4K. It gives you 1080, 120 frames per second. My Canon R6 Mark II has 120 and 180, but has no audio. This thing has audio in it. I literally just checked right now. Like, I had to test them out to see, but it does. It's amazing. So I recommend it. I really recommend it. It's pretty nice. But yeah, this is more of a vlogging, sit down type camera. But yeah, I recommend it. If you guys enjoyed the video, learned anything about this nice little camera, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna be posting more stuff like this, more camera stuff. I think I'm just gonna switch this channel to fully camera stuff because Save Angels Eyes, like eyes you see, camera, point, shoot. Wait, yeah, this one, stuff like that. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment something. If you guys need help, any questions, comment them. Might make a video about it or just answer them. Follow me on Instagram, Save Angels Eyes. I should be posting more on there. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Probably still talking about this camera, if not the Canon R6 Mark II. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, thanks so much for watching. See you guys. Bye.